Hello and welcome back to Treasure Shoals. Looking around, you see no medical equipment and ask in desperation, "What can I do to help you?" The moss, the moss, she whispers as she goes unconscious. You gather some of the glowing moss from the walls and pack her wounds with it. Realizing that night is falling, you decide to stay in the cave overnight and you go to sleep. In the morning you wake and the mermaid is gone. Hopefully she survived and is swimming somewhere safe. You swim back up. Everything is quiet here as well. Maybe it's best to head back to your boat. You decide to leave the pool and head back to the little boat. Fortunately, there are no monsters around or other unplanned occurrences on your way back. You arrive safely at the beach. You notice that the sky is getting quite dark already, way too dark to continue your travels. You decide to stick around for another night and get into your boat. You cover yourself with some leaves and eventually you fall asleep. The next morning you awake with a fresh outlook and excitement for the next leg on your journey. You are now in your boat trying to decide what your next move should be. Let's see now. Judging from what you saw in the near-scope, the next destination is somewhere with high cliffs near the seaside. What do you intend to do? You look out over the water, but you can barely see anything that resembles islands off in the distance. Pulling out your near-scope and setting it to normal, you try and look at what might be islands. Unfortunately, they are too far to see clearly. You pull out the map that was conveniently located in the boat. Oh, the map changed colors. Interesting. Yeah. Santharia, Honduraya, Istia, Odesma, Rufi. The map has many islands on it, but only one appears to have high cliffs. And luckily that island is near you, Triam. Oh yeah, they are all nearby. After studying the map, you can see that Triam is the obvious choice. Even the map shows cliffs, for goodness sake. You pick up the oar and begin the journey to Triam. After hours of rowing and resting and more rowing, you finally come close to the island. As you row, you begin to feel thirsty, which is why I will drink something now. All of this rowing. You wish you had drank some of the water from the mermaid pool. A cool breeze hits you and you become very comfortable. You begin to think of all the wonderful drinks you will buy with your treasure. The ales, the wines, and the water. You will have lots of fresh water to drink. Barrels of fresh water will line your home, and you even dream of ways to sleep on water. People begin coming through your front door asking for some of your water. You turn them down greedily. Then for some strange reason the people around turn into water themselves and spill all over your floor. You mourn the loss of the water as it seeps through the floorboard, but the main character doesn't mourn the loss of the people, which says something about them. You realize you are entering a daydream trance and you attempt to shake yourself out of it. You need to keep your wits about you or you could become lost. You must find some water soon. But after hours of rowing, you realize that you finally come close to the island. Triam is beautiful. Huge cliffs rise into the air around the island. Nestled into the rocks, you think you can even spot the lighthouse you saw in the near scope. To your surprise, you see a ship anchored offshore, a pretty large one at that as well. But wait, it's not just any ship, it's your ship. Ba 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 ba! Chapter 3 completed! Yay! Okay, let's save the game. And we're back to Triam. You're sitting in a rowboat off the coast of Triam, exhausted from the long voyage, and ponder your next move. Next to the cliff, your own ship lies anchored. You let your eyes wander to the island. With both the island and your ship in view, you have a choice to make. Do you intend to board your ship secretly, or look in the near scope, or go to the shore? An idea pops in your head and you pull out the near scope to look again at the lighthouse. As you look in the magical contraption, you see the lighthouse, but this time you see a group of men arguing at the lighthouse's entrance. They appear to be armed with cutlasses and knives. After a few moments, they did all disappear into the lighthouse. You put away the near glass. You keep rowing as you come closer to the island, but then realize you have a couple of options. Again. You row up to your ship and tie off to the anchor chain. Being careful to stay quiet, you climb up the large chain to the deck of the ship and look around. The deck of the ship is eerily silent. You hear nothing except the howling wind and a few chains rattling somewhere on deck. You notice the air has a chill to it, and you look off the starboard side and notice a storm is rolling in. You are glad for the storm because you know it will bring water with it. Great. Turning back to the deck, you see nobody except for a beautiful Psita chatterbird sitting on the ship's wheel. Oh, how cute! The Psita sees you and starts talking rubbish. However, after a while the bird begins repeating the same line over and over again. At first you cannot understand what the bird is saying, but as you get closer the words become clearer. Kill the captain! Kill the captain! Kill the captain! You manage to finally make out. Oh, that was... I am the captain, right? What's below deck? You head below deck in search of clues. The galley and the storage are both dark and empty with nobody inside. You hear dripping water somewhere, but otherwise the ship is eerily quiet. Then, as if on cue, you hear heavy footsteps moving across the deck above. Through the slats in the ceiling you can hear a man talking. Girl, what are you squawking about? Is somewhere aboard the ship? And this is where I say thank you for watching and see you in the next video.